Hello and welcome to Nebraska FBLA. My name is Otis Jen and I'm honored to serve as your state treasurer this year. And welcome to this year's amazing 2015 and 2016 Nebraska FBLA year. We have a lot of exciting things planned ahead and we look forward to enjoying another successful Nebraska FBLA term. School is extremely important in our lives. It teaches us the necessary education skills to be successful in the future. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't work in conjunction with FBLA. FBLA as a business organization, as you probably know, provides wonderful business and leadership skills, and the two can work in perfect harmony. And that's what Nebraska FBLA plans on promoting this year. One thing specifically in your chapters that you can do is use the Google Hangouts feature. Currently, we were hosting this webinar on Google Hangouts on our air, and it is automatically streaming to YouTube. So say, for example, you want to hold a chapter informational meeting on the Business Achievement Awards, but not that many members or local officers are able to attend. So your advisor or the team of officers can record a Google Hangouts on air and stream it live to YouTube. Then chapter members or people who are using the chapter resources can access that video whenever they want to later on YouTube. This is a wonderful opportunity for Nebraska FBLA members to create educational videos, talk about important things like financial literacy, and make sure that regardless of whether or not members can attend meetings, say because of sports or other activities, that they're still having access to FBLA's wonderful opportunities. Getting involved with Google Hangouts isn't that hard, and it's completely free. If you already have a Google account, or if you have a Google account through your school that is Hangouts enabled, then you can start a Google Hangouts. To do that, you have to go to plus.google.com and sign in with your Google information. On the side, there'll be a little tab that says Home. Click it and scroll down to Hangouts. And then once you're on the Hangouts page, you can then scroll down and go to the Hangouts on Air section, and that's where you can find tutorials, resources, frequently asked questions about how to create a Hangouts in Air and how to make it the most successful experience possible. If you have any questions regarding Google Hangouts on Air, please feel free to email any of the officers or me specifically at treasurer@nebraskafbla.org. This is definitely one resource that Nebraska FBLA believes in thoroughly, and we believe it'll help us connect this 2015-2016 year. Another thing that the state officer team is looking forward to implement this year for Nebraska FBLA is posting weekly social media tips, tricks, and reminders. So make sure that you follow Nebraska FBLA on Facebook or on Twitter at Nebraska FBLA. The officers and our advisor, Jackie Garrison, will be tweeting about state programs of work, posting links on Facebook about valuable financial literacy resources, links about the BAAs or the CSAs, or national programs of work. Basically, it would be an opportunity for local chapter members to really connect with what the state chapter and the state officers and the state board of directors are really doing. So make sure that, again, you follow Nebraska FBLA on Twitter at Nebraska FBLA and like Nebraska FBLA on Facebook. Another thing that the state officer team is really motivating this year is creating officer websites. Two of our officers have done so thus far. Sammy Jo Young, our state secretary, is creating and has created a state secretary's website. On that website, you can find secretary resources for proper minute taking, how secretaries can get involved in the local chapters, and how to get in contact with Sammy if you have any questions. Likewise, I have created a treasurer's website at nebraskafblatreasurer.tk. On that website, you'll find all kinds of information regarding financial literacy, fundraising, dues, and also a blog that I'll keep up to date about Nebraska FBLA state officers and my involvement with FBLA's activities, right? So you can make sure and keep up to date with what the officer team and what I am doing to make Nebraska FBLA a wonderful year. Other than that, that's just like a basic overview of what we plan on doing this year for Nebraska FBLA. I think that, and the state officer team also believes that you can use Google Hangouts on Air to promote these resources to your chapters. Say you're not hosting your first local chapter meeting for a while, but you want to get the officers to know about like our websites or our social media. You could create a Hangouts on Air and share that YouTube link with all of your local chapter officers. So we're really focusing on integrating technology into how we're connecting with our members this year. So now to give a otherwise overview on the state goals of Nebraska FBLA this year, we are welcoming our state president, Nicole Kent.
Thank you, Otis. So through our theme this year of Connect, the state officers chose Unite to be our acronym for our state goals. The U stands for Utilize. We want to publish a website to aid local secretaries and treasurers, create a template to help reporters write articles, promote parliamentary procedures resources to help our parliamentarians, update the SLC survival guide, and renew the competitive events resource guide on the Nebraska FBLA website. The N stands for network. We want to encourage our chapters to collaborate with another CTSO, FBLA chapter, or another school club on any project. We're going to increase our social media presence, create monthly webinars. Right now you're viewing the August webinar. There will be one each month. We're going to boost local chapter activities. The I stands for involve. We're going to encourage chapters to participate in the 7-Up project by gaining 7 new members this year, increase involvement in state and national projects, have a total of 25% of our local chapters complete at least one section of the chapter challenge. Super Sweeps is going on right now, so ask your advisor about that. Spread awareness of the March of Dimes and have chapters complete the Mission Triangle Excellence Award, and increase state participation in the Business Achievement Awards by 10%. The T stands for target. We want to charter or reactivate 5 chapters and 2 middle-level chapters. And those middle-level chapters will send competitors to the 2016 State Leadership Conference. We want to tally it up to 32,000 service hours and donate $15,000 to the FBLA Foundation and raise $17,000 to the March of Dimes. Otis is now going to explain a little bit of how you can fundraise for your chapter and for the foundation and March of Dimes.
So this year, the Nebraska FBLA state officers have chosen to really pursue donations for the Nebraska FBLA Foundation and the March of Dimes. Via my website, as well as my pledge article, we have created new and innovative fundraising ideas. For example, you can host a walkathon at your school that, hold a banner with the March of Dimes telling people at school that pay a $5 entry fee to walk 1 or 2 miles for the March of Dimes. Tell them about the cause that it's going to and educate them on how that walk is going to positively impact someone else's life. Likewise, you could hold a casual day for school administrations and staff. You could tell school administration with your FBLA chapter that you can wear jeans with one day for school if you pay a $3 participation fee. Just make sure that that's all right with your school administration before you propose that fundraising idea. The biggest thing that Nebraska FBLA is pushing this year is making sure that we have innovative and fresh new fundraising ideas. While the annual Krispy Kreme donuts, Ozark Delight, or Otis Spunkmeyer cookies always bring in a lot of fundraising money, sometimes members or even local community members get kind of fed up with the same old story. So by introducing new fundraising ideas, we constantly incentivize participation in our fundraisers. Again, for more information regarding fundraising, check my website at nebraskafblatreasure.tk or my pledge article. Also, in October, we will be hosting a webinar as the state officers regarding fundraising. Finally, on the last state goal of educate, we want to promote awareness about the Community Service Awards. The Community Service Awards are a wonderful opportunity to qualify for nationals without even having to compete at the 2016 SLC. The 3 levels of the Community Service Awards are Community, Service, and Achievement. If you achieve the achievement level, then you automatically qualify for the 2016 National Leadership Conference. This is a wonderful opportunity to really capitalize on FBLA and its benefits, and it is a way to qualify for a National Leadership Conference. Next, we want to inform students about state and national deadlines regarding state programs of work, state fundraising, state awards, and this applies to the national level as well. We will be posting this information on Twitter, Facebook, and on emails via the listserv. Also, we want to educate students about financial literacy. Financial debts and financial burdens are a pressing issue in our community today, and it's important that we as FBLA members and advisors educate students and our local community about the importance of financial literacy. For those resources, you can look forward to a workshop at the Fall Leadership Conference, also a workshop at the National Fall Leadership Conference, and you can check my website again. Finally, as I've already discussed, we're going to post weekly tips, tricks, and reminders on social media. We are really motivated about integrating technology and how we're going to communicate with the Nebraska FBLA members. We know that you're all really busy and that you're all extremely talented individuals. So when you're on the go, you don't necessarily always have the time to take time to read like a written or printed out handout. So if you're, say, on the way from cross-country practice to go do homework, you can quickly check Nebraska FBLA Twitter for a new up-to-date reminder. So just as a reminder, a recap of what Nebraska FBLA is planning on doing this year, we really hope on incorporating technology in our state goals and making sure that we have a robust and amazing 2015-2016 Nebraska FBLA year. To get a really great start to your year, make sure that your local chapter officers and 4 members can attend the Fall Leadership Conference in Omaha or in Kearney. Registration for the Fall Leadership Conference is due on September 10th. This year, we are excited to host Kevin Wasner, who is going to be our keynote speaker. He's an extremely exciting and funny keynote speaker who's going to leave you impacted with positive leadership skills. Also, all of the state officers look forward to their workshops and their presentations and guarantee that it will translate into an effective 2015-2016 year. Don't miss out on this opportunity and make sure that you sign up for the Fall Leadership Conference. Also, if you have any questions, let us know. We are always open to contact, and we want you to email us, call us at our school or home phone numbers. Nicole can attest to the fact that we want to make sure that we make this year exceptional and are here to help in any way possible. So for example, next month when we host our September webinar, if you have any questions, make sure that you email them to us in advance so that we can make sure that we incorporate them into our webinar. Also, as we're viewing the webinar live, you have the opportunity to ask us questions, and we're going to make sure that we answer them. So finally, we as a state officer team are extremely excited for this year, and we look forward to working and connecting with you in the 2015-2016 Nebraska FBLA year. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.